Well, good morning, family and friends. It is Saturday, August the 21st. My name is Marsha. Thanks for joining me for morning encouragement. In an effort to have normalcy, I took the time today on purpose to hit the tennis courts. So I'm fresh off the courts, and lo and behold, I have the opportunity to take the time to do morning encouragements. I have an opening verse for today, and the verse that I'm using is, I thought it was going to rain and thunder, but I see the sun is peeking out. We've got a nice breeze. I am going to do a verse from Revelation chapter 14, verse 13. Then I heard a voice from heaven say, "Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, they will rest from their labor, for their deeds will follow them." I have a verse for my family and me, Matthew chapter 5, verse 4, which says, one of the Beatitudes, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." And I want to say thank you all for your support and your encouragement through this time of bereavement at the loss of my mom. And I know that God favors me. The verse that I posted yesterday from Mom's verse that I shared. I had her Bible these last few months, and she triple highlighted the verse in Psalms 118. "This is the day the Lord has made. I will be glad and rejoice in it." And so I was happy to read that at the wake. And it has new meanings per Carla Lale, as you said. It depends on whatever situation you're in and where you are at that particular time. That's why we love God's word. It is alive, and God's words touch our hearts and penetrates our hearts and gives us delight based on where we are and what situation we're going through at the time. So it's nice and warm out, and so Father Brenda and I are about to go run errands, but I wanted to take a moment before I hop in the shower and run out just to give encouraging words and to say thank you for your prayers and your words of encouragement, and to say God favors us, God cares for us, and I'm living the faith that I say that I have, and I have the opportunity to just soak in God's blessings and promises and keep him at his word. There was a movie that came out in the, let's say, early 90s, and initially I was not going to watch it because somebody summarized and said it was about the devil. The movie, Anthony Hopkins is in it, and Brad Pitt. And I was given the summary, it was a devil. But come to find out, for me, it wasn't the devil, but it was death. And death coming to take you, transition you to next. And where I'm going with this is Anthony Hopkins had a line when he's dancing with his daughter on the floor, and he knows he's leaving, and he says no regrets. Since that movie came out, I used to play it all the time and show it to my husband Daryl for him to see that particular scene, the father dancing with the daughter, and that resonated with me in that how I minister to others is I give my best and I give my all, and for me, everything that I do my best, and I give that 100 or 200 so that I have no regrets. Now let's put that into perspective with caring for my parents. I give my all, I give my best, just as I was able to minister to my husband and with him for the last 5 years of his life. So with these last few months with my mom, I have no regrets. So I'm good. Here's the opening poem for today. It's called "Where He Leads." Do not question where he leads, but if you choose to follow, the path is straight and sometimes steep, and you'll find joy and sorrow. There may be thorns along the way, ouch, but roses bloom there too. There may be cloudy, gloomy days, but then skies of azure blue. A happy heart won't always smile on this side of the river, but promises he'll always keep. He said, "I'll leave you never." That's by Margaret Lloyd Lockwood. It's warm. Plus, I just got off the tennis court, so sorry. But I have wanted to broadcast and bring messages of encouragement to just share that I'm good, that I'm living this faith. I'm walking the path that God has set before me. And I'm encouraged knowing that my mother has left us, but she went to a better place. her time here is over, and she's transitioned, and everything was so peaceful in the service yesterday. We are all doing so well. Thank goodness we figured out how to communicate, and as adults, just how to talk and come together and work together as a family and support each other, me and siblings, and we're surrounding Father and providing that family love that I know God intended for us to have when He put us in this family in the first place. So everything is good on this end. We're all good. Okay, now I want to do our devotional this morning from Charles Spurgeon. And I'm not doing Charles Spurgeon this morning. I'm doing, what is this? Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. The reference is 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 23, and Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. And Be Still, Wait With Me for a While is my title. Wait with me for a while. This is God talking to your heart, to you. Insert your name here. I have much to tell you. Insert name here. You are walking along the path God has chosen for you. It is both privileged and a perilous way. Experiencing my glorious presence and heralding that reality to others. Sometimes you feel presumptuous to be carrying out such an assignment. Do not worry about what other people think of you. The work I am doing in you is hidden at first, but eventually blossoms will burst forth and abundant fruit will be born. Stay on the path of life with me. Trust me wholeheartedly, letting my spirit fill you with joy and peace. Amen. So I like the line of encouragement. Sometimes, let me back up. It's a privilege to herald the reality to others, for me to foretell, to encourage and to shout and to say, I'm good. God's got me. God is blessing me. God can bless you. That's a privilege, to be at the point to spiritually discern when God's got you, and to say, Lord, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know your path, what's before me, but I'm trusting you. I'd much rather trust God instead of me trying to do stuff on my own, because I don't have the answers, and God has that aerial creation view, since He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. God knows we're right here, this birth date and this end date, but God is omniscient and knows all. So I'm not trying to say, ooh, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, you drive. No, I'll let Jesus, you drive anyway. And so through this family personal situation, it has been a time of joy, and I'm so thankful for this brief time that I've had to be able to do the things we've been able to do. So and I encourage others to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and just call God on that promise, knowing that He will direct your path. Now, so that's my message for us today, that we can trust God. He is faithful and worthy. God cannot lie, and we can cash in on the promises that He's provided for us. Lo, I am with you always. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Now, the ending thought, I have an ending thought and an ending verse. I am going to do two verses, and the first ending verse is Romans chapter 8, verses 8 through 10. If Christ is in you, your body is dead because of sin, yet your spirit is alive because of righteousness. And if the spirit of Him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through His Spirit who lives in you. We can take joy and comfort in knowing that God is with us, God cares for us, and then for my families to understand that our mother and my dad's wife she couldn't be in a better place right now, right? She's good. And so when we take that comfort in knowing that she's good, then we can be good and relax, right? And enjoy our lives knowing that we did our best, like in Meet Joe Black, no regrets. Now, the ending verse that I'm going to leave with us today, and the thought is that God delights in us when we delight in Him. God delights in us when we, all of us, delight in Him. I'm delighted to know that He's sovereign and He's got us. The verse is Psalms chapter 5, verse 11. Let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. I certainly hope you have a super Saturday on this day. We have other things going on. I smile with a sense of humor because I do remember Job, and I remember Joseph when they faced trials, when they had to experience things beyond their control. For example, let me overshare and say that yesterday, as we were preparing for Mom's service, yeah, there was water leaking from the front toilet, and there's stucco water, and so we have people coming, and we have a plumbing issue, and we just went through all of this, but God is sovereign through that. You know, there's nothing to freak out over and worry about. It'll get taken care of. I have that sense of humor. I think God has a sense of humor, so we know that He's in charge and sovereign over all of those things. There's no need to lose it. Just say, okay, Lord, you know, you've got this. You know those things that are going on. I am about to literally now take a moment and spend time with Father as we run errands. And so I bid you adieu for now. Lord willing, I'll bring another message tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday, so as not to interfere with other people's messages if the church is live streaming or if you're meeting in person. Thanks for tuning in today. Thank you all for your prayers, your well wishes, for just lifting my family up. The prayers are working because we are good. As believers, we're trusting that God's got us. Make sure you have a great one today. Take care. Bye-bye for now.